because we're really proud people. We have never been colonized ever.
Inkwan weda Jan Hoybet besalam metachu.
Ya hagerin ክብር አላስነካም ያለች እቴጌ ናት በሉ። ሰላም ቤተሰቦቻችን፣ ዛሬ ደግሞ የ130ኛው የአድዋን ድል በዓል ለማክበር ወደ ባት ልንሄድ ነው። እንዴት እንደሆነ ድባቡን እናሳያችኋለን። አብራችሁን ቆዩ።
Safe. We'll be taking off in about 5 minutes. We'll make our way to Fairfield House, and then we go to the front of the Fairfield House and we enjoy ourselves, and then we'll go in for lunch afterwards, and then there's lots of space for everyone to enjoy. There's competition for the children to look forward to with prizes. There's table tennis. There's lots of things to entertain you at Fairfield House, and you'll be able to see the museum and other spaces as well. So we're looking forward to a really good day.
ሂድ መንገድህን ጨርቅ ያርግልህ። እኔ ሴት ነኝ፣ ጦርነት አልሻም፣ ግን በአገሬ ከመጣችሁ ጦርነትን እሻለሁ። ሂድ መንገድህን ጨርቅ ያርግልህ። ሂድ
ምናቸው እችና ብርቱ መንጋሰላቸው ጋርብ ደብቱ ገደለ ገደል ያሳድቱ መንፈስ ብርቱ እነሞት አይፈሬ ትራት አርጋፊ ልክ እንደ ፍሬ የጀግና ናት ቸርታትኪ ፈረሱን ጃኒ ስንኩት ዘነኪ ወንወልድሻል አለሞተኳሽ ትላትናትኪ
ካኪ ዘራ ፋሺስት ሲተግብ ድፍረቱ በዛ ስለና አድርጎ ልክ እንደዋዛ ብሎ ተነሳ አበሻን ንግዛ ትንታጓርብኛ ግተመኛለው በገዛ ምትፉ አስቶ ከምሮ ክንዱን አሳየው አቶ የመታው ወራሪ ጠላት በባዶ እግራቸው ድባቅ ሲበቱት ማመት ተዛነው ትንግርት ሆነበት በአፍሪት ሸኙት ወደ መታበት።
እሺ ቤተሰቦቻችን እንደምታዩት አሁን የእግር ጉዟችንን ልንጀምር ነው። እንደምታዩት ባንዲራችንን ለብሰን በደንብ ፍክት ብለናል። ደስ የሚል ጊዜ እያሳለፍን ነው። አብራችሁን ቆዩ። ቤተሰቦቻችን እንደምታዩት እዚህ ደምቀን ባት ውስጥ አለን። ይሄው ባንዲራችን ያሳየን ኢትዮጵያዊነታችን ያሳወቀን ነው። ባት ሰዎቹ የሚኖሩት እዚህ እያጠየቁን ነው ስለ አድዋ ምን ያደረገን እንደሆነ እና በደንብ ያሳወቅናቸው ነው። ያሳወቅኩት ስለ አድዋ ደስ ይላል። በቃ ስለ ሀገር ሳውራ ሳሳወቃቸው ምናምን ዋው
Okay, welcome everyone to the graveside of Blattengeta Haile Selassie. So while His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie and his family and government were here at Fairfield House, living in exile, and with very small hope, they had a big hope that they would return to Ethiopia, but as you look to the world situation, it looked like that was a bleak chance at that time. And on September the 19th, 1938, unfortunately the Emperor's best friend, his advisor, the Foreign Minister of Ethiopia, Blattengeta Haile Selassie, he passed away at Fairfield House. So according to the ancient rites and customs of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, the funeral took place at Fairfield House in the chapel that they had there, and then he was buried here at Locksbrook Cemetery. In the 1940s, after the war, after the liberation of Ethiopia, His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie, supported by the family of Blattengetaroy Haile Selassie, they called for Blattengetaroy's remains to be removed from here and taken to Kidus Selassie Church in Ethiopia.
ሀይለ ስላሴ ያረፈበት ባትጋ Fairfield House ደርሰናል። እንደምታዩት ሰውም ኤክሳይትድ ነው። ብዙ ኖይዝ አለ ግን ደስ ይላል ኢንቫይሮንመንቱ።
We're very happy to have you today. So the program will begin now. You can go in for your food, find a nice place in the marquee or otherwise around the house to relax. And then after lunch we're going to be doing some speeches. There's going to be a children's competition and other activities happening, poetry and otherwise.
Okay, my name is Emmanuel Yehenu, and I'm happy to take part in this interview to do with the Battle of Adwa. And I do attend Ethiopian Orthodox Church. I'm very connected to community in the sense that I do serve in the Orthodox faith. I'm also involved in the EOTC youth group, where also we are able to organize events for the youth and for the adults, getting together, learning more about our faith, our culture, and who we really are as Ethiopians.
Okay, so the first question is, what does the Battle of Adwa mean to you?
So the Battle of Adwa, I think what it really shows is the main thing is like freedom of culture. We were seen as inferior people. We were seen as people who were incapable of ruling ourselves, basically. And winning and the victory of the Battle of Adwa shows that how we're people of courage, people of strength, people of unity. And I think the Battle of Adwa shows freedom of Africa, and contributing to the Pan-African movement and everything.
Do you feel that Adwa still influences Ethiopians today?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think that's like it's a day that we can look forward to because we're really proud people. We have never been colonized ever. All of Africa has been. Like that's a flex, honestly. Like there's nothing else to really say about that. Yeah, and it's like a really big inspiration for like the black race in general because it shows that we are powerful people. We have so much culture, heritage, and reason for everything that we do. So I think that's how it's really important to me.
I'm Chris. I've been volunteering at Fairfield House for about 16 years now, since about 2010. Yeah, I've been here a long time.
Yeah. How do younger generations engage with this history when they visit?
Quite enthusiastically, even just today I've spoken to a fair few young Ethiopians who are already interested in the history, what Ethiopia was like in that whole period of the 20th century, which can be a sad contrast sometimes between the later part of the 20th century, but it's kind of like you can tell the glory of Ethiopia kind of lives here, and Ethiopian young people who come here, you see it, you can see it, their face lights up, when they come here, and it's a really interesting period in Britain's history when you have a foreign monarch arriving to streets rammed for miles around at Waterloo Station, massive crowds at Portsmouth when his ship docked. And at the time, the King of England can't get that in his own country, let alone the Prime Minister, because Stanley Baldwin had to hide under a table in his parliament when he saw Emperor Haile Selassie coming because he was embarrassed. He was deep. The situation the British government found themselves in when Emperor Haile Selassie came was deeply embarrassing for them. Especially since they were trying to, on the surface, appease Mussolini, but at the same time offering political asylum in a way to Emperor Haile Selassie.
I'm Benji Haile Selassie, or Ras Benji, and I'm the operations manager here at Fairfield House. Yeah.
I'll start with the first question. What does Fairfield House represent to the Ethiopian community today?
It's a huge question, that question. To Fairfield House to the Ethiopian community represents their emperor, the highest office in the history of their country, being welcomed warmly into this city and looked after whilst he was able to get himself back on his feet and to strive to liberate his country. He never gave up hope that he would return to lead his country to great things.
Do you see a connection between the memory of Adwa and the way Fairfield House is preserved today?
I do. My late great teacher, Ezra Sagai, he said that for Ethiopians, there's four special moments in history that will serve Ethiopia forever. He said the first one is the Battle of Adwa. The second one is the organization of African unity that led to the African Union. The third one is the Grand Renaissance Dam. And the fourth one is Fairfield House, and the Ethiopians should cherish this place as a symbol of their independence and of their history. Yeah. So for Adwa it's the same, and you've only got to look at Emperor Haile Selassie. Just the day before his coronation, he unveiled this statue of Emperor Menelik outside Kidus Georgis Cathedral. So to the Emperor Haile Selassie, Adwa was important. His dad fought in the Battle of Adwa, was a hero of Adwa. So he would love us to be celebrating, I believe, yeah.
My name is Pauline Swaby-Wallace, and I've worked here for 32 years. I worked as the manager for BEMSCA, which is Bath Ethnic Minority Senior Citizens Association, which looks after the elders that use the house, which is part of the heritage and the legacy of the emperor for giving the house to the city of Bath.
How important is the legacy of Haile Selassie in shaping how this space is used and understood?
I think, number one, as I said, it was left to the city of Bath for aged people, and it continued to do that work. But also, it is also the history, the heritage of the black diaspora, the African diaspora. And as a black person, sometimes there's nowhere that you can have a connection or be connected, and Fairfield House has that connection in the many activities it does, the support that it gives to individuals who are not too sure about themselves, who wants to know more about their history. So, just having the different groups here, having the library, having access to the house. Also today, Adwa, having the Rastafari Sabbath, all of those things are just as important.
Yeah, better Seboch. Inkwan weda Janhoy vet besalam metachu. Ras Benjia Balando. Ye misaro ye Janhoy vet wusno. Betam mert astamarium Esachom Gash Ezra Nacho. Ya Adwa Tariq la Ethiopian inna fa'alem Zuria Lalu Ko Hispoch Betam Tilikota Alo. Beta Masasai Huneta Zare Ya Janhoy Tariq Bezi Bebas Ketamawus Tilik Bota Alo. Yihinin Bota Linwadao Yigabal Ye Be English Haga Yemegin Betachu No. Welcome Adwa Bar. So yes, my teacher Ezra, Astamari Ezra, he taught us the traditional way. So we learned the Fidel, and then we learned the Abugida, and then we were reciting the Malikta Yohannes again and again and again. And his legacy at Fairfield House will live on, because that was just Ezra in his later years. In his younger years, he did amazing things. He was in college with Abuna Matthias, His Holiness Abuna Matthias. Ezra went to college with him. Ezra was the assistant of Pope Shenouda III.
አድዋን ስገልጽ ቢያጥረኝም ቃላት ለጀግናው አርበኛ የተቻለንን ለመስከረለት በአንድ ተዋህዶ በአንድ ቃል ሰንቶ አንድ ላይ መክሮ ሁሉም ተስማምቶ እጁን ያልሰጠ ለጥላት ብረት በህይወት ፈርዶ ከፍሎ መስዋዕት ግራ ቀኝ ሳይል እሳት ውስጥ ገብቶ ከፋሽስት መንጋጋ ትውልድ አውጥቶ በእኩልነት የምንቆምባት አስረክቦናል ሀገር አቅንቶ እኔም ባቀሜ ሳልሽማቀቅ እንዲቀና ያልኩት የተሰጠኝን ነፃነት ክብር በልቤኝ ያኖርኩት ቁርጠኝነቴ በደም ስር ውስጥ የተቀበልኩት ካያቶቼ በደም ቃል ኪዳን ነው በወረስኩት ስለዚህ አድዋ መቼም የማይጠፋ ያው ነው ጀንበር ሁሉም በያምቱ ይወሳ ይወደስ ዘላለም ይዘከር የምንመካበት ክብር ነው ለሀገር አመሰግናለሁ የአድዋ ልጆች ነን ስንል ምን ማለታችን ነው የበታችነት የማንቀበል በፍቅር የተወለድን የመጀመሪያ ቃላችንን ከመናገራችን በፊት ነፃነታችን በመንፈስ የተላለፈልን ፈጣሪን የምናውቅ ተስፈኞች ነን የመጀመሪያ እርምጃችንን ለመራመድ አያቶቻችን በእሳት ውስጥ ማለፋቸው ጥንካሬ የሚሰጠን በታሪክና በመጽሐፍ ብቻ ሳይሆን ልባምነትና አስተዋይነት በደማችን ከትውልድ ትውልድ የተላለፈልን ነን አውሮፓውያን አፍሪካ አቅም የላትም ትወድቃለች ንግስና ለኛ ነው ሲሉ አባቶቻችን ቆመው የለም አንቀበልም አንበረከክም በኢትዮጵያ አፈር ላይ መታሰርን ማንነታችን ሲጠፋ ባይናችን አናይም አሉ ገበሬው ተዋክቶ እናቶች ተከለላ አባቶችን መከታ በመሆን ትንሽ ትልቅ ሀብታም ደሃ የተለያየ ቋንቋ ሳይገድበን አንድ ህዝብ አንድ ልብ አንድ ስም ይዘን ሀገራችንን እንታደጋታለን ብለው ቆርጠው ተነሱ ጦርነትን ፈልገው ሳይሆን ለነገ ለልጆቻቸው ሲሉ ለትግል በአንድነት ተሰለፉ ይሄው ዛሬ ትልቅ ህዝብ መሆናችንን በነፃነት የምንናገረው በተከፈለልን ዋጋና የማይሰበር መንፈሰ ጠንካራ አባቶች ስላሉን ነው አሁንም የጊዜ ጉዳይ ነው እንጂ ዓለም ለዘመናዊ ባርነት እየጋበዘችን ብትታገልንም ልታሳንሰን ብትጥርም ግድ የማይሰጣት በመምሰል ነገር ግን ስለ ኢትዮጵያ እንቅልፍ አይወስዳትም ኃይሏን ያላትን ኃይል አሟጣ ብትጠቀም እኛም ቃል ኪዳን ያለን የአባቶቻችን ልጆች ነን በፍጹም አንበረከክላትም ዛሬም ሀገሬን የሚል በመንገዱ ሁሉ ፈጣሪን የሚያስቀድም ትውልድ አላት ስለዚህም ኃላፊነት የሚሰማን ማንነታችንን የማንዘነጋ ህልም ያለን ታሪካችንን በማክበር ባህላችንን በመጠበቅ በክብር የምንኖር ዜጎች እንሆናለን ምክንያቱም ከየት እንደመጣን የምናውቅ የአባቶቻችን ማስታወሻዎች ተተኪ ትውልድ ነን አመሰግናለሁ
እኔ ደግሞ ማን እንደምኒልክ የሚል ግጥም አቀርብላችኋለሁ። የጦር አካዳሚ ሳይንስ አልተማረ የሞራው ልልናው እንዲየዳበረ ነጭ አንበረከከ ከምኒልክ ወዲህ አረ ማን ነበረ? የጦርነት ስልቱስ እንዴት ነው የገባው? ወራሪውን ጠላት ጠራርጎ ያስወጣው ቀድሞ ተደራጅቶ በመልኩ ስርዓት ጠብቆ በጋድ አሳየ ቀድሞለት አምላኩ። አዋጅን ቢልታው ካድማስ ተሻግሮ በቁርጠኝነት ወኔ ተሞልቶ ሁሉም ተባብሮ አጀብ ያስብላል እጹብ ድንቅ ነው አሁን ማን ያምናል? ከዳር እስከ ዳር የሚኒልክን ሰምቶ አንድ ቃል በቁጣ ነዶ የወጣ ህዝብ ነው ቢባል የአድዋን ምድር ፋሽስት ሲረግጠው እንኳን ሰው ተራራው ቀፎት አንቀጠቀጠው። ጀግናው በመትረየስ ነጥሎ እየጣለ ጦር አዝማቹ በመትሽውን የገደለ ከኋላ በቴጌ በጸሎት ታግዞ በለው እየተባለ ብዙ ተሰርቶ ነው ስንት ወገን ወድቆበት አድዋ ያስባለ። በደም የተዋጀ በአጥንት የጸና ቀድማ የለኮሰች የነጻነት ፋና ኋላ ቀሩ አፍሪካ የሚሉትን ተረት ፈጥና ያመከነች ለእኩልነት ትግል ምዕራፍ የከፈተች የጥቁሩን ህዝብ ገድል ያጻፈች ከዚህ የድል ጀርባ ማን ነው ያለው ካሉ የሀገሬን ክብር አላስነካም ያለች እቴጌ ናት በሉ። አመሰግናለሁ።
ራሄል እስከ ልጆቿ አመስግኑልኝ። በጣም ጥሩ ቤተሰቦች ናቸው። እናት አባት ልጆቹን እንዳያቸዋቸው ሲፎክሩ በጣም የሚያስደስቱና አንዴ ከፍ ያለ ጭብጨባ።
እንግዲህ ቤተሰቦቻችን እንዲህ በመሰለ መልክ የ130ኛው የአድዋ ድል በዓላችንን አክብረናል። እየመሸ ስለነበር የመሄጃችን ጊዜ ደርሶ በኮች ወደ ቤት ተመለስን። አብራችሁን ስለነበራችሁ ከልብ እናመሰግናለን። ደህና ዋሉ።